Good morning. This is going to be Monday and Tuesday's reading lesson. Since Monday is normally an introduction, I'm just going to combine them because I know the introduction lesson can be really quick. So I'm just going to combine Monday and Tuesday's lessons so that it's just a little bit longer and you can get a little bit more done. So we are going to be on page 121 in the student workbook, their iReady reading workbook. And this week we're going to be talking about story words and pictures. So I know last week we learned about pictures and words in a story, and so this week we're going to be talking a little bit more about that and finding out what these pictures can really help us with. So on the top of your page, page 121, there's a little speech bubble, so I want you to follow along. It says, many stories have words and pictures. Both words and pictures can include details about characters, setting, or events. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about these next questions as I read them and just kind of think how you understand what this question is asking, okay? So the first one, that first bullet on page 121, says, what do the words say? So I want you to pause the video right now and think, when you're reading a story, what do the words tell you? Do they give you facts? Do they tell you information about something? Are they telling you something to entertain you by telling you a story? So pause the video now and tell me, what do the words say when you're reading? Okay, now that you have talked about the words, I want you to now talk about what the pictures show. So think carefully about what pictures tell you when you're reading. Do they match up to what you read in the words, or are they something different? Pause the video and talk about what the pictures show. Okay, and then our last one, do the pictures show more than the words tell? So that one's kind of tricky, but I want you to think, is there something that you learned from the picture only that was not in the words? So pause the video and talk about that. Okay, so now, when we read that first question and it says, what do the words say? I hope that you talked with your parent and you determined that the words tell details about the characters, the setting, the things, the main events that are happening in the story. The words are giving you most of the information, okay? And then that second one, what do the pictures show? That's usually when the pictures are going to give you more detail about what the words said. So a good example would be if I was reading the story, The Ugly Duckling. So the words are going to tell me that he was different from everybody else, but those pictures are going to give me more details, and the pictures are going to help me understand those words and how he was different, okay? So our pictures are just going to give us more details about the words. All right, so I want you to go ahead and move on to 122 now. So this is going to technically be Tuesday's lesson, but you can do it all at once. So this one we are going to be using Rotten Redhead Older Brother. So I have linked that story as well. There should be a PDF of this, so you have a copy to look at. But we're going to be talking about some of the words and the pictures that we notice in Rotten Redhead Brother. So if you look at that first question on page 122, it says, what did the words say about rhubarb? So you're going to be looking at those words and picking out different pieces that it gave you to determine what that word means. Because some of us might not know what that word means or what the words are telling us about it, okay? And so there's a little hint that says, what does Richie say about the taste of the rhubarb? So you're going to be thinking about what he says about it to help us understand it a little bit better, okay? And both of these questions, you're going to be able to find the answers on page 18 and 19, which I will put that in the description as well, okay? So it says, we need to understand what rhubarb is. So you're going to think about words that say that rhubarb is a bush, and then when he says that it's the sourest stuff on the planet, that can help you decide what it tastes like. So if he's saying it's the most sour stuff in the whole world, do you think that tastes good or bad? If he's describing it as the most sour stuff on the planet, okay? And then you're going to look at the picture. That's question 2 on page 122. It says, what does the picture show about the taste of the rhubarb? So this is when you're going to be looking for one of those pictures to help you get more details about what the words say, okay? So you can look at that picture and see him and the animals and what kind of faces they're making to help you understand really what rhubarb tastes like, okay? So I'm going to link some more of the questions from this page so that you can discuss them together. It's a little difficult for me to just save the questions and have you pause the video, so I will just type those out so that you can discuss it. But remember, we're talking about the story words and the pictures. So how the pictures are giving us more details about what the words are telling us. All right, so let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon.